Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to those demons, they fill you with fear. Yeah. And the trouble, it might drag you down. And if you get lost, you can always be found. But know you're not alone. Because Spirit's making this place our home. Welcome. Hi, you guys. I have been jamming out with Spirit. I've been dancing, doing fun, crazy shit. Missing you guys. I am so busy. In my life, I can't recall a time. Maybe, you know what? I can't even compare it because they're so different. But I will say the closest I can say is when I was in college and I was going to school part time, but still I was working two jobs and going to school part time. But because of what I was doing as a fashion designer, I didn't just like go to a few classes. You know, it's like one class, I would go like 6 or 8 hours sometimes, for if we were making something, creating something, pattern making, things like that, workshops. And anyway, this is the first time that I have had anything like this. By the way, I need to check because I literally have no idea. Okay, 28:48 is what we got on the clock. Because right now, the way that it's reflecting, it's going against the book, so it's white on white. I have no idea. But I really just want to be as present with you guys as possible. There's a lot of information I want to share with you. The Blue Heron came to me today through the Medicine Cards book. They said number 45, and it was the Blue Heron. So let's get you a little picture in there. So I'm very excited to work with the Blue Heron today. But some other things were coming through. Spirit speaks to me in music, because music is like it's like literally like my blood. I love music so much. It's such a part of me. Okay, so I wasn't sure if we were going to talk about this before, or if we were going to talk about this after, but we're going right in because you know why? Today in real time is Saturday, October 21st, 2023, and we are in the thick of it. That's why this is being shot in black and white, because we are in the thick of it. We're in the thick of eclipse season, right? Look at even that. It's eclipsing my eyes. You can't, oh, there I am, right? We see things differently through the eclipse season. Things come back around. Things present themselves. They shift. They change. We look at our darkness. We look at our light. They're asking me to redirect my focus. Okay. And Litha, I kept hearing, I had written Litha down on October 20th. And I'm like, Litha? I'm like, that's like midsummer. I'm like, what? So I feel like that we have some Southern Hemisphere family here that are going to watch this, even if it's for one person. I feel like something major is going to happen for you over Litha, because you're going to have your summer solstice, right? When we have winter solstice, the Southern Hemisphere has their summer solstice. And right now we are in the thick of it. Also, October 21st, we're officially a month into fall. And this year has been a whopper. It has been a whopper on multiple levels. On so many levels, it's unreal. And I've wanted to talk to you guys about so many things. And so many of you, thank you so much. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your messages. I appreciate the support. I really do. But I'm going to ask if you can refrain from personally reaching out to me for a while, because I am so inundated with my own stuff that I'm going through, because I'm human, right? I'm going through this. We are divine light beings having a human experience, all of us right now. But as I'm going through this, not only am I going through this, but I am literally like, I have to constantly work on our off-grid home to keep it going. So I am working on our off-grid home while we're still living in it, and working on the cabin and the property. And it's beautiful. It's been a labor of love. And thank you so much for your love, your kindness, your support, your donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They are welcomed. We are in the deepest gratitude. Thank you so much. My well is dry. Spirit just said, my well is dry. I can give nothing back. And I went to look at my text messages, and there are so many people I have to return messages. I literally was like, abort, abort. It made me think of this one episode of Elise Myers. I don't know if it was a shorts, but one of her things where she was like, she's like, oh, you got a text message from Elise? She's like, that's awesome. That must have been, I'm looking at my text messages now, Elise. She goes, because on those days when I get enough energy And I feel like I'm gonna do this, yeah. And she goes, I go through and I message everybody back, and she goes, but that's anything that comes through after that. She goes, that's future Elisa's problem. She's like, I can't. She's like, that's all I can do. And she's like, I'm creating a human, and I'm also, raising another human, a little toddler. She's like, I have. And my YouTube channel, which is, she's amazing and awesome, and she's being asked to go to all these things and meet the Jonas Brothers and all these fun things, and she's amazing, she's hilarious, and such a beautiful, feel like we're so blessed to have her right now on the planet. So with that being said, I love you and I appreciate you, but I am fine. I am fine. I am fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am fine. I'm actually better than I've ever been in my life. I'm just busy as fuck. I am so busy, and I love you, and I want your support, and I love it, and I love you, and I just know I'm supporting you and loving you from afar. But I was even like doing like meditations where I was like doing cord cuttings with like any past, like I was like, I need to like release and let things go. With that being said, next weekend, yes, is the full moon in Taurus, and it's going to be so amazing, and it's going to be the lunar eclipse. It's a partial lunar eclipse. I don't know if we'll talk about that before it happens, but just know I'm thinking about you guys. And a lot of the videos that you see, either they have me do it spur of the moment, or it's kind of recent, or it's shit that I've like made so long ago. So it may look like I'm like on there and I'm like present, but I'm not. I'm really, it's like in the few moments I'm not working on the house, taking care of my family, or working on the property, or working on the cabin, or shopping, or getting things, or painting, or cleaning, or whatever. I'm out. I got nothing for you. And I don't mean that to be a dick. I love you. I just got nothing for you. I send you love. This is when we are all here to work on our own shit. So whether you are northern or southern hemisphere, we are in spring and new there, and here we are in fall, and I'm dialing down. I've had a very intense year. One of our tribe members, we walk together. When you say that just means that you walk together, teaching each other, learning from each other, and it was a miraculous and beautiful experience. But like, I was just like, yeah, I can't give anything to anyone. My one soul sister, we've been trying to connect for like since August, and it's just because the energy on the planet right now is so all over the map. And if you're watching this or you found your way here, welcome to the new people, and welcome back to those who keep coming back. I mean all this with love, right? It's just like I just have to set my boundaries, because I'm just like falling into like this where I'm like, self-care, self-care, self-care. I feel so grounded, and then all of a sudden it's like I just feel inundated. It's almost as if spirit's like, that song, The Trigger Hippie. I'm like, the Trigger Hippie from Morchiba. I'm like, that's me, man. Like shit's like fucking trigger me, but it's awesome because I'm always learning something, but it's also, well, it's at these very interesting times where I feel like, yeah, no, I need to like set boundaries for myself. And so I'm doing that. With love and grace and gratitude, I'm setting my boundaries. So, I just feel like it's time for me to really get connected with the house. And I feel like this is my way. This is what I've been building for years, is to have this kind of outlet with you guys. And I love to return your comments, but I haven't had the bandwidth to do that. It had gotten to the point where I gave myself at least one day a week where I would like respond to comments and stuff. And my phone like at least did. But right now I'm like, I got like zero, zilch, nothing. I just don't. So I see them and I'm reading them, and I love you. I'm just, yeah. So there's that. I don't mean to harp on it. I just really want you guys to understand how much I love you and appreciate you, throat chakra. But it could be really draining and debilitating for me because I'm working through my own stuff too, and I'm in the shadow. So, I've always kind of said to you guys, like, if you don't hear from me, that means like I'm good. No news is good news. And I flow at a different pace, and I'm a very different being, and I work in multiple dimensions all the time, whether I am in this waking state with you and this dimensional human experience, or I'm in dream state where I am working in other dimensions and other places with other beings. It's so vast and it's so big. And the closer we're getting to Samhain, we're literally 10 days from today. It is, I don't know about you guys, but like intense as fuck. Like it's so intense that I have to like say to spirits, like, I need to breathe. Like, I have to say to Alder, like, I need a few hours to myself, but he and I are awesome. Like, we've never been this good. And it's good. And it's not knock on wood. It's good. I just heard somebody go knock on wood. I'm like, no, it's like, no, I mean, it's just different because when we have arguments or when things happen, we don't respond the way we used to. And I am really noticing that, how you respond to a situation says everything about you. No matter what people are coming at you, that's what I'm saying to you guys. Like, whether people are coming at you with love or whether people are, um, but also everywhere, almost everywhere I go, whether I go online or I go out into the stores or I go for a walk. Recently we took a hike and I had no idea what was really happening. I kind of, in some ways, I absolutely felt like I was supposed to be there. And other ways I was like, this kind of sucks. This didn't really feel like, getting away, but I guess we live on vacation basically. But, anyway, it's just the energy is this very needy baby, greedy baby. Because if people haven't been working on their own shit, then they're like, they're on the life raft clawing, oh my gosh, like what's happening? What's it, and that anxiety, whew, squash it. Today's episode is brought to you by Clary Sage. Get yourself some sage. Work with the goddess mother energy. Eucalyptus is hanging here. I've had eucalyptus hanging around. I have just been going for the big guns, working with all of my stuff, keeping my candles lit, working with spirit. This is the time, this is the place to really go inward. So with that being said, we are going to hear from the blue heron. I want to see where we're at. Hold on. Okay, cool. Thanks, spirit. I mean, I know they'll tell me, you know what I mean? Like I really do, but at the same time, sometimes I can get so lost in something that I absolutely like kind of forget. Look at this cool light. I felt like the window, we had to take off the screen door. This place has slowly been falling apart, but in a weird way, it's been falling together because it's making us go, oh, because we're going to gut it and redo it anyway. This is going to be like our guest house, but but it's just so interesting, like how just taking the screen door off like has felt good, and like taking things, like once we knew it was ours and it became part of our package deal with the property, it was like it's just changed everything. And so we've been going at our own pace and taking our time, and I suggest that you do the same because we are in eclipse season. There's dark shit. It's been a rough fucking year, man. It's been a rough year. I don't care where you live, who you live with, what's going on. It has been a rough year. So with that being said, our theme is Made in Heaven, the special edition. And Freddie Mercury started singing Made in Heaven. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So I'm going to put some screenshots in the community section. And wherever that you'll see times, whether it's the time of day, whether it's the percentage on the phone, on the song, whatever, always look for the numbers, like click on it so you can see the whole picture. It could be imagery, it could be the song itself, but they're always like little pearls and they're extra little things for us. But so I have to tell you, so that's our theme, but we're not untouched, are we? There's a song by the Veronicas called Untouched, and I'm like, it literally was like, oh my gosh, that's the energy that I feel like the planet is. And I want you to listen to it. Like, it's a super fun song to dance to. It's like, they're like, I'm so blah, 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 blah. It's great. However, the words, it's like, I gotta need you, gotta have you, la 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 la. It's like very manic and like, and I feel like that's the energy right now, is this kind of like, let's take that down. Let's take that down. Let's burn some more. Actually, you know what? Let's burn some cedar, because I've been getting some really great cedar, like gorgeous, gorgeous chunks of cedar from these old, old, old elder trees. But anyway, I realized, I'm like, there is something really going on right now. And the untouched, interesting that that's the title. What is untouched is our emotions to self, is our connection to self. Need some, I don't know all the words, I'm paraphrasing, but she's just like, need you, gotta have you, and want to be you, this kind of like envious, like gluttony, greed. People are just hanging on to that third dimensional fucking shit because they were programmed that way. We all were. It's gonna take a minute, just because we're waking up doesn't mean it, it doesn't happen overnight. So I'm so that's the first thing that came up, right? Then the next song was Somehow You Do by Reba McEntire. Never heard of it. The movie, it's a soundtrack because I was like, I love Reba, I love country, but there's just too much baggage for me in country. I can't go there. It's one of those things that I think eventually it'll come back around, but it's just there's just way too many people, way too many connections, way too many songs, and I was like, talk about trigger hippie. I just had to like clear away. I digress. So it was interesting that Reba popped up because I love Reba, but I miss her, because Fancy was my name. But it was so beautiful, and the words and the lyrics were so good. So I don't know if they're going to have me just do screenshots and then you guys go research them on your own, or if they're going to have me put links in the description box. Always look for in the description box and the comments for little pearls. They're not always there, but sometimes they're there. Depends on how much energy I have, or just that spirit says it in here and it's like, that's on you, man. Like, that's on you. But sometimes people need a little nudge, a little push, but Somehow You Do, and the lyrics, it was the first time I ever heard the song, and I was going to write down some of the lyrics, and they said no. It's like one of those things for you to investigate on your own. But basically, what I got from the song was like, shit happens, blah blah blah, and how do you get through it? I don't know, but somehow you do. Because, right, we're getting through this right now. There's wars happening, things are happening. Yes, we don't know what's going to happen. Don't feed into the fear. Stay in the high vibration. And I know that what you're saying, I know what you're thinking, Lula, but the world is crazy. It's on fire. Like, look at my glasses, right? Because we're a reflection of each other. But we know what the world needs right now? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. I'm wearing a green shirt under here. You can't see because it's in black and white, but this is a green shirt. Heart chakra. Work with the throat chakra and the heart chakra, speaking your truth. Like, that was hard to say that to you guys because I love you guys so much, And some of you guys, you're like my closest friends and I love you, but I have no bandwidth for anybody right now, And sometimes we just have to set our boundaries and just say, hey, and it may be a year from now. I have no fucking idea. Right now, all I know is that I'm concentrating on being a messenger. This is my fucking job. And working on my home, because we're setting this up for something really fantastic. I've had visions. Everyone who's been on the property has had visions. This is something we're really, really special. This, we are just the guardians and the custodians of it and of this situation. So I'm taking it very seriously. But I just know that there's something sacred happening on the planet that's so beautiful and it's so special, and let them fight it out. Let them get their greed and their bullshit. Let them fight it out. Don't entertain it. Don't interact with it. Pull to the people that, don't go around the water coolers of their friends or the family or the people who want to talk smack or bullshit and talk their fucking views on what they think that this country should do or who should do this or should we get involved. You know what? It is not for us to fucking sort out, man. It doesn't matter if we have people there or they're connected to us or blah, blah, blah. Blood and bone does not matter. They need to sort that out. It's a cleansing. We do cleansings all over the world. It happens all the time. When 9/11 happened here, I'll be honest with you, I was a cocky fucking American. I really didn't think that we would ever see anything like that. And I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and I'll tell you something, it was kind of scary because where we lived, we were in the path of the Burbank airport, and so like we saw and heard planes all the time. And I just remember that all of my friends, like we were all kind of like tripped out. Some of my friends were like, I'm scared, can I come over? I'm like, yeah, dude, like my house was like that house. And we all just like, people, most stores weren't open. It was just kind of like nobody knew what to do, whatever. And we all just like gathered in my backyard, and we drank and smoked weed and just like hung together and cried and, ate food. And we all took care of each other. But the one thing that I remember the most was, I want to say it was my friend Robbie was like, dude, I haven't heard a plane in like hours. We lived in Los Angeles, helicopters, we would hear, it was like the air pollution that was like horrific. And I was like, oh my gosh, and everything was so quiet. And then when COVID happened, it was very similar. So, these kind of things happen for a reason, to shake us up, wake us up, to, let us know that, time waits for nobody. And we are here to do something very spectacular. If you're watching this video, we're not fun. I know people think we're crazy and woo-woo and all that, but that's all right, man. Let them think that. Let them stay in their, this is my representation of the goddess. You know, I'm going to stay with the goddess. I'm going to stay in love. I'm going to stay in a high vibration, and I'm going to keep dancing and singing and doing videos and that when I can. And I'm going to keep plugging along and make my home a fantasy cool place so that people can come and heal. Nothing lasts forever. And we will work through this, and we will get through this together. I promise you. It doesn't make you an asshole because you're not watching the news. Don't watch the news. Don't look at social media. Stay away from shit. I post shit and then I try and get off. If I get too down the fucking rabbit hole, man, I can get too down the rabbit hole. You know, I stop watching readings unless spirit like really draws me to one. I'm like, you know, it's really all about us and what's happening here. What'd you say? Okay. So, all right. I got 8 minutes for the Blue Heron. So the last song was The Wild One, and it was the single version with oh yeah. So I was dancing, and do you see this untouched on my water bottle that I had from my hike? I was like, our first song was untouched. Like I hadn't even, and then The Wild One came on by Susie Quatro. So Quatro is 4 in Spanish. The second song, Somehow You Do, was 4 Good Days. 4. 4s are all about balance. Our angel number today is 1311 to research on your own. And that is the number 6. So whatever that means to you, it could just be that, because I kind of feel like 11, I've been seeing versions of 11, 13, or like, you know, this I kind of almost saw it backwards, like, you know, 31, 11, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's those numbers. So to me, that just comes out to the number 6. So you may be seeing that too. And 6 and 4 together is 10, and it's about completion. But they're trying to remind you that for some of you, this message, this may just be for one person, but you know, the Wild One, the single version, like what? It literally said the single version. And then it said after the album was called A's and B's and Rarities. Meaning like, if you're watching this, like, it's time for you to like be who you are and bring stuff to the world. Don't be like, oh, I can't start that. There's a war going on. No. I have had so many friends and family that were soldiers and said they look forward to the good stuff. They don't want to see more shit. They want to see inspiring things. They want to see things that are going to wake their mind and their heart and their soul. They need inspiration. You're not betraying anyone. You know, if you're doing it for self to like get paid and like whatever, and you don't care about anybody else, that's a different story. But the Blue Heron is number 45, and it's about self-reflection. And the poem is, Blue Heron, thank you, sacred water bird, for sending reflections to me, the mirrors of the quest for life, the worlds that live inside of me. Show me how relationships work, with my path woven within the whole, the lessons of kinship with all life, reflecting my spirit's eternal goal. So the other part of our message today was, even though right now in real time we are in the waxing crescent, we're about to go into the first quarter moon. And the first quarter moon, the waxing crescent is about setting intentions, the second moon phase, right? So set those intentions right now. But tomorrow is the first quarter moon, and it's taking action. But not taking action is also taking action. Meaning, like, if there's something that you really want to do, but you're just really tired right now because the energy on the planet is draining you, that you're working through your own shit because we are in a major fucking cycle of astrology that's like hardcore, this black and white. It's like, what am I going to see color again? You will see color again. By the way, they told me to check the time. Oh, if you are interested in the Blue Heron, I'm going to do another video and I'll post that after, but they want me to do the Blue Heron separately because some people don't really care about that part. They just come in here for this. They come in here for these goods and they're like, you know, they're fine with that. So sometimes taking action is not taking action. And in spring and fall, right, we're like, spring, we're like, we got to plant the seeds, we got to plant the seeds. And fall, we're like, we got to reap the harvest. Yes, we do. So if you're working on planting seeds and growing and building something, then you don't have the time and energy to keep giving to other people. Give that to yourself. It's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say, you know what? No, not today. I don't want to look at my phone. I don't want to respond. I don't want to have conversations with people. You know, so not taking action is sometimes taking action. And maybe this fall, you know, you're like, oh, but normally in fall I do this and all these things, but this fall you're like, I'm kind of tired. I don't know. I'm not really in it. That's okay. There's going to be another fall. And if not, you'll come back and you'll have fall again, right? Because if you feel like there's something undone, you will keep coming to Earth until you don't need to come here anymore. It's a teaching school. There's so many cool things happening. So I'm going to leave you with this beautiful pearl from Satguru. And if they have me post it, I may post it on one of my other channels. So he said, as long as you think someone is responsible for the way you are, you cannot become the way you want to be. And his question to you is, are you stuck in the blame game, thinking that others control your life? And what is that? Being a victim. You're not a victim. You can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. But something's going on with the untouched. You know, something's untouched that you need to get to right now through this. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Right? Because the visions are creeping or something. They lay their seeds while they're sleeping. Talk to spirit through music, or ask spirit to talk to you through music. Put your phone on shuffle. It's like my favorite thing. I love it. And I get so many pearls of wisdom, especially when I'm not sure how to walk through or work through something. They walk through it with me. But as the veil's getting thinner, it's getting more intense out there. So protect yourself, right? Protect your mojo. Protect your magic. It's okay to share and put your love and that out into the world, but just be mindful of how much you're putting out into the world. All right, where are we at? Oh, okay. So is there anything else? Oh, the clary sage. So for some of you, it could just be regular sage, you know. Maybe you just need some regular sage. But on our way out, I'm going to do a little blessing. And look out for that blue heron reading. Maybe they'll have me post them at the same time. Maybe they won't. I don't know. So let's take a few deep breaths and clear out this energy. Oh, also one last message for whoever that person was for Litha. And it could be next Litha, next summer solstice. It could be, I'm just getting Litha and summer solstice. Maybe it was this past summer solstice, something didn't come through. This is a message. This could be for multiple people. I have no idea. But I'm just hearing, Spirit wanted me to say wrong place, wrong time. That's all. Wrong place, wrong time. And it could be this lifetime. It could be this decade. I don't know. Anyway, until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. However the video stops is how it stops. If I'm still talking, I'm still talking. It's meant to be. Thank you, Spirit, for blessing us. I invoke the power of Reiki healing energy into my mind, body, and soul. If anyone here would like to accept any healing energy from Spirit, all you have to say is, I accept the healing energy from Spirit. Whatever's in everyone's greatest and highest good, Spirit, I ask that you bless us all with that. Thank you for clearing the negative energy and the entities that no longer serve our greatest and highest good or our auric field. Thank you for clearing and balancing our chakras with the number 4 and reminding us to stay grounded and balanced. Thank you for reminding us to protect our energy. Thank you for reminding us that we are loving light beings having a human experience. Thank you for reminding us that time is a man-made construct and we will all reconnect whenever it is made to in divine timing.